confident in this movement we've built together. Every vote must be counted. Every voice must be heard.
We were able to keep the polls open, but I can tell you now that people have been disenfranchised.
It looks like we're headed to a runoff, and that's because of you. The people of Texas made your voices heard.
Character is on the ballot.
A runoff for Republicans and a fighting finish for Democrats. The stage is almost set for a Senate showdown in November. Good morning, I'm Madison Sawyer.
And I'm Carmen Blackwell. So let's jump right into the big Senate races that have captured the nation's attention here in the state of Texas. CBS News is projecting a runoff in the Republican primary for U.S. Senate, but that's going to be between Senator John Cornyn and Attorney General Ken Paxton, which has been widely expected.
But in the Democratic primary, the U.S. Senate, for U.S. Senate, that is, overnight, the votes were counted, and State Representative James Talarico is the projected winner over Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. And there is so much to unpack with this race.
So this morning, we do have team coverage for you with reporters on both of these races. And we also have results in from District 33. That's having its first election since Texas redrew those district lines. Plus, we have our Danica Hill. She's live for us this morning in the newsroom at the desk following the dispute over voting issues and drama in Dallas County. But first, we're going to get straight over to Eye on Politics anchor Jack Bank. He's with us. You've been up all night delivering those election results. Thank you for staying with us here on CBS News Texas this morning. We have got a lot of important key races that we've got to cover this morning, Jack.
Yeah, and by the way, overnight, I mean, it was an exciting day for some, kind of predictable results for others, but there was some disappointment, too, that came this morning. Give us your takeaways from both Senate races, and let's start with Democrats.
Yeah, so the Democratic primary, this is a sizable victory for James Talarico, 7 percentage points ahead of Jasmine Crockett. I think he really capitalized on the momentum. He really built on it ever since the Stephen Colbert interview. He had raised $2.5 million in one 24-hour period. A lot of people were searching him. And, you know, a lot of Democrats I spoke with were really struggling to figure out who they were going to vote for because they like both Crockett and Talarico. And that may have helped make up their minds based on the interview with Stephen Colbert. And now Republicans have said they think he is going to be the tougher candidate in November to go up against.
And by the way, let's talk about the Republican race. It, too, was a heavy spend as far as campaign ads went.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we saw $100 million just in the GOP race alone between Senator Cornyn, Wesley Hunt, and Ken Paxton. And now it's just like we predicted there was going to be a runoff between Ken Paxton and John Cornyn. I think many people were surprised last night because Cornyn led most of the night. It narrowed, so it's almost tied. Cornyn's still ahead, and Cornyn is ahead in Dallas County, Tarrant County, Denton County, and he was ahead in the home base of Paxton last night in Collin County. Overnight, that changed. And so that was a big surprise for us last night. So more ads for sure.
Okay, Jack, thank you for your insight there. We'll get back to you in a moment. But first, we've got to get back out to our team coverage for you this morning. Lacey Beasley is covering the details of the Democratic race, and she's live for us this morning in Dallas. Lacey, good morning. Tell us what you know so far.
Hey, good morning, Carmen. Now, this is one of the most closely watched races in these primaries. Now, just after 2 a.m., CBS News did predict that James Talarico will win the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate here in Texas. And this comes after his opponent, Jasmine Crockett, pushed to keep the polls open after some voter confusion here in Dallas County over where voters can vote. And that's because of some procedural changes that happened this election. Take a listen to what both candidates had to say just hours ago.
Every vote must be counted. Every voice must be heard. The voter suppression in my home county and in Congresswoman Crockett's home county underscores the gravity of this moment. Tonight, the people of our state gave this country a little bit of hope, and a little bit of hope is a dangerous thing.
We were able to keep the polls open, but I can tell you now that people have been disenfranchised. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do. And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why.
Now, those new voting rules required voters to go to their assigned precinct, which is different from previous elections. Some voters were turned away after going to the wrong voting location, and that led to a legal challenge by the Dallas County Democratic Party, which received a court order to keep voting locations open until 9 p.m. But the Texas Supreme Court stepped in after that, ruling that any votes cast by people not in line by 7 p.m. when polls closed should be separated. Now, Danica Hill will have more on those issues coming up live from the desk. In the meantime, James Talarico has released a statement, and he says, quote, "We're about to take back Texas." Now, he goes on to face the winner of the Republican Senate, which will either be John Cornyn or Ken Paxton. Carmen, Madison.
And the reason it's between those two candidates is because it is a runoff for the Republican side of the ticket. We're talking about incumbent John Cornyn facing off against Attorney General Ken Paxton. And Trevor Sahaki is live in McKinney this morning with more on that race from both Republican candidates that will be facing off come May.
Yeah, Madison, and those Republican candidates, they are continuing the attacks on each other like this election never happened. As we already said, with no candidate receiving more than 50% of the vote, this was the outcome that was widely expected. So the deciding factor now is who will Wesley Hunt's supporters vote for in the upcoming primary runoff. Locally, Cornyn won Dallas, Denton, and Tarrant counties. Paxton won Kaufman, Ellis, and Collin counties. While Cornyn touted his record with Republicans last night, Paxton continued to fire up his supporters.
People of Texas made your voices heard. After all the personal attacks, which there were many, and after all the lies, you listened to what John Cornyn was selling, and you weren't buying it.
I refuse to allow a flawed, self-centered, and shameless candidate like Ken Paxton risk everything we've worked so hard to build over these many years.
Now, the runoff election is set for May 26th. Millions of dollars have been spent on attack ads in this primary election. You can expect millions more to be spent in the coming weeks. Notably, President Trump has not endorsed a candidate in this race yet. Live in McKinney, Trevor Sahaki, CBS News, Texas.
So now, of course, the attention turns to May when we will find out which of those Republican candidates will face Talarico in the general election. So it will be down to whether it will be Ken Paxton or John Cornyn.
Oh, let's get back out to our political anchor, Jack Fink. He's in our newsroom now for more analysis with political expert Zoe Hess-Carney this morning, who is a professor at SMU. Good morning to you both.
And good morning. Thank you again. And thank you, Professor. So let's talk about the style differences in both the primaries. Let's start with the Democratic. Jasmine Crockett cast herself as the fighter, and James Talarico cast himself as a uniter. It's not left versus right. It's the billionaires that are the big problem. Talk to me a little bit about your impressions on that.
Right. So they had completely different strategies for what would win over Texas Democrats. And it was clear that Crockett was really trying to activate the base with her fighter tone as just being someone was already proven in politics to really stand up to people, right? And Talarico was trying to show that he had this broader appeal through this. And I think it was genuine when he talks about politics being rooted in love because of his Presbyterian minister background. So I think those are the two major differences in their style.
And then on the Republican side, obviously very different style because Ken Paxton is more combative, where John Cornyn is more of a statesman.
Right.
But on policy, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, they really are really similar on policy. And so they both just have to kind of support an argument that if they're trying to get Trump voters, they have to support the argument that they are the Trump candidate. And so even though Cornyn votes with Trump, Paxton, talks more. It's more Trump-esque in his also kind of a fighter, aggressive speech. And so we'll see who kind of makes that more persuasive case to the Democrats.
And then, of course, we're also going to see which candidate maybe President Trump will get into this race. We shall see. Carmen and Madison, we'll go back to you.
All right, Jack, thank you to you both.